So when I was 12, I got glasses for the first time. And I remember the whole thing like it was yesterday. And I'm nearsighted, which means I can't see far away. If I don't have my contacts in, stuff far away is just a blur. And back when I was 12, I was in the 6th grade. I was having a hard time seeing the whiteboard. I was having a hard time really seeing anything far away. It was pretty rough. Not for a long period of time, probably for a number of months maybe or something like that. And so I remember my mom said, okay, well, read that street sign. We were driving home from somewhere. And I was like, I don't know, I can't read that street sign because I can't see. So went to the optometrist and got my eyes checked out. Sure enough, was nearsighted, could hardly see far away. And so we got the prescription, and then I remember a couple days later, went over to the Pearl Vision. I know exactly where it was. It was at LBJ and Aldelia here in Dallas. I remember exactly where it was. And we go over there because my glasses were ready. And we walk in, I get my glasses, I put them on, and I kind of look around the room and was like, wow, this is really cool. Like I can really see clearly. But then I turned and I looked outside, and the store had these windows, these big windows, and there was like the parking lot, and then there was the road, right? And in the middle of the road, you had the median, and they had these little trees dotted throughout the median going down, And I was just like, it was mind blowing. Like I could see the trees clearly now. And I could see like each individual leaf on the trees. I could see the edges of the leaves and everything. It was insane. And it was awesome. I've been wearing glasses since, obviously. But having gotten older now, what I realized is it wasn't so much that I could now see, like that really wasn't the thing. It was realizing how much I couldn't see and realizing how bad my vision was, Like when I put my contacts in now, I just think, oh man, I'm so glad I can see now, But that's really not the whole point. The point was that there's contrast, right? So back then when I was 12, not being able to see the whiteboard very well at school was just kind of the way it was. But once I got glasses, it taught me that, I had a really hard time seeing, and I could now see sort of like the truth, right? It's that contrast that matters. And I've been thinking about this in relation to pickleball. Like, how do you really improve in pickleball? And, there's drills that you can do. You can take lessons. You can watch YouTube videos like this one. You can do a lot of different things. But if you don't truly understand where you're coming from, and you don't understand yourself as a player, and you don't have the right kind of glasses on, you're not going to be able to see your game from an objective standpoint. So today, I want to teach you how to see the truth, or in other words, how to record yourself playing. This right here is the number one tool you need to truly improve your game. You have to have this. If you don't have a start off point, if you don't have a baseline, you're not going to know where you are. This is that pair of glasses that will help to see your game in the correct light. Okay, so that's what I'm going to teach you today. I'm going to teach you how to video yourself. I'm going to teach you how to analyze your video. I'm going to show you a few examples. It's going to be awesome. Stick around. I really want to encourage all of you out there to start recording yourself playing pickleball. As I'm going to show you in a second, it doesn't have to be perfect, but the whole point is to see yourself playing from an objective standpoint. Like, it's one thing to be playing and thinking to yourself, oh, maybe I did this or that. But once you see yourself on video, video is not going to lie to you, right? There's no bias. So it's going to show you the truth. And when you watch yourself play pickleball, especially if you haven't done it before, it's mind-blowing, truly mind-blowing. Okay, so first I want to start with the general video setup, kind of the technical stuff. Let me put my iPhone on so I can show you. All right, now I know a lot of you have been curious about the video setup that I use. This is it right here. It's the Canon Rebel SL2. Amazing camera. It's got dual pixel autofocus so that it can focus on me whenever I'm on the court and it doesn't make a lot of noise. That's the Rode VideoMic Pro. And then for when I go do outdoor, this is the Saramonic wireless system when it decides to work, of course. Here's the thing. You don't need a setup like this. This is what I use professionally for the YouTube channel. You don't need something like this. But that's what it looks like, just in case you have the room and in case you want to just go completely hardcore with it. That's my setup. There's really no need to get a super expensive camera setup. Your phone is really all you need. You can do everything with your phone. The only reason why I have this stuff is, again, because I do this stuff professionally. Like I need this kind of equipment. I do this for a living, right? All you need is your phone. Now, in general, there are two different types of stands. I'm going to show you what the footage looks like out at the courts, but there are two types of stands you can get. You can get an actual iPhone stand. I don't have one with me, but there are stands for iPhones, or really your best option is one of these little guys. Okay, these things are super cheap on Amazon. Just search like iPhone tripod or whatever, and you can get one of these guys. Super awesome. That's where your iPhone clips in here, and then you can just wrap it around with these little legs. It's perfect. It's the perfect setup. Okay, so let me actually take you out to the courts. I want to show you what all of this looks like. Okay, I'll give you kind of an idea as to how to actually set it up. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to set up my phone here, and I'm just going to put this thing in here. This is the thing that I showed you. I'm going to line it up with the center line though. Okay, so I've got the center line right here, and I'm just going to draw a line, and then I'm going to set it up right here on the fence. Let me show you. And that's it. That's all you got to do. So here's my phone. It's ready to video. Let me show you from another angle so I can kind of show you. Okay, so I just turned my video on. When you turn it on, you're gonna have to kind of adjust things a little bit. So I kind of need to like turn it a little bit like that. That should be fine. Remember that, when you're doing these kinds of videos for your collection, basically, it doesn't have to be perfect. And look, it's not gonna be perfect, okay? This is like the best setup possible, but I wanted to show you this. You see how the center line is going straight back towards the camera? You see how it's a straight line? If you can get that, that's what you want. That gives you the consistency that you need. Reason being is that if you do it from the side, or the corner is what I mean, if you have your camera set up on the corner, then you're gonna get some weird angles. You may not be able to see shots a certain way, or there might be like a camera issue. It's the same reason why we don't use GoPro cameras to check line calls and stuff like that, because there's lensing problems and all sorts of stuff, okay? So keep that in mind. This is like the best case scenario. Isn't that pretty? That just looks so pretty to me. I just love it. It's okay if you can't really see the baseline. This is good enough as it is, okay? Try to aim for something like this, and it'll give you a really good look as to what's going on with your game. So once you have your video, you can either watch it just directly on your phone. You can also put it onto your computer, organize it that way, and watch it on your computer, which is generally what I recommend. But if you want to go the extra mile when it comes to analyzing your video, you can actually pull out a spreadsheet and start to write things down. So I'm going to take you into my computer. See you in a second. Okay, so once you get the video into your computer, you can use whatever default media player you want. When I'm really analyzing my video, I like using the VLC media player. It's a free download. I think it's for PC and Mac. I'm not totally sure. This is on PC, obviously. But you can really just use whatever you want. Let me go ahead and open up the video real quick. So this is VLC media player. It's really nice because if you go to play back up here, you can actually go to speed and go to slower, and you can actually see it in slow motion, as you can see, which is really nice. And watch, you're going to see me hit a drop shot too high in slow motion. So, yeah, I mean, what you want to look for when you're looking through your videos, okay, let's see why I missed that third. Well, I was kind of rushing up a little bit. I was moving up a little too much. I didn't really have my feet set. So it's possible that the momentum of my body going forward is what caused me to hit that a little too high. Now we escaped out of it. So that's the kind of stuff you want to watch out for. You want to watch for mistakes like that. You want to watch what the cause was, right? It's not so, let me pause the video real quick. It's not so much watching the mistake itself and what actually happened. It's what happened before that mistake happened, right? So as you can see with my body here, I'm convinced that the reason why I missed this drop was because I didn't really have my feet set. Okay, so here comes the serve, here's the return. Turn was just a little bit short, and so I hit it just too far. It's possible that I was trying to do a drop as if I was at the baseline and I just forgot to take a little bit off, but that doesn't really sound like me. So that's something to look out for in the future. Now, a cool thing that you can do here is, let me grab this spreadsheet. So you can actually just load up a spreadsheet. This is Google Sheets, and you can write some of this stuff down. So if I write like third shots, I don't know, and then like made, and then like missed or something, and then maybe you have one where it's like, you know, miss high and then miss like into the net or whatever, and you can keep track of how many you make throughout a game. And you can even, if you know the math and you know the functions, you can even keep like a percentage value over here of how many you miss or whatnot, and then you can just put general notes down. That's a great way of really analyzing your mistakes. You can also organize them down here, and you can create sheets based on like the month, right? Which is even more cool. And if you're like a spreadsheet guru, I mean, man, you can do some really, really, really cool stuff with that. So let's continue on with the video here. I've got some of these things written down of mistakes that I made. Yeah, okay. So watch me walk forward there. So I'm walking forward without really knowing what my partner is going to do with the third. It really wasn't that bad of a third. I was just way too close to the net. So naturally I hit it poorly. So that's one thing to look out for. And again, as you're watching these mistakes, don't just, you know, don't sit there and be like, oh man, what a horrible mistake. I'm so terrible, yada, yada, yada. Look, we all make mistakes. So just try to learn from them as you're watching the video. Apparently another one is coming up soon that I do. Yeah, I just missed one again. That's actually, so far I've missed like 2/3. Okay, so that was interesting to see. I want you guys to watch my footwork there. So, pretty decent lob. I mean, that's kind of scary. My footwork could have been better there, though. So, yeah, the footwork was okay. Probably could have been better. Oh, yeah, I remember this. Okay, so watch this. I'm gonna slow it down here. So, nice poach. And then I block again, and then block again. So, 3 pretty decent blocks. The problem with those blocks, though, is that I stab at them way too much. Okay, so that would get me in trouble. In fact, I'm surprised. So that one was good, but that one was way too much of a stab. Now watch this. You see how I'm pushing the paddle forward? Really shouldn't do that. That's hard to do, obviously. When you're blocking like that, kind of want to make it feel like you're sort of catching the ball. Okay? In fact, there's a good one coming up here, I think. So I'm going to, again, just keep it slow here. And this is cool. I love this. So, pretty good third. And then I wait till it bounces high, and then drive it over, which is great. And that was a nice block on my part. Give yourself the credit, guys. Whenever you make a good shot, give yourself that credit. Notice how on the backhand block that I do right here, not there, but right here like that, I caught the ball instead of stabbing it forward. You want to feel like you're going to catch it. Okay, so that's good to see. That's really, really nice to see. Okay, so here's another mistake that I make. I could have gotten that ball. But the problem was is that as I was coming to the net, I didn't get that left foot up onto the line. And so because I didn't get that left foot onto the line soon enough, my weight was stuck back and I couldn't lunge forward quickly enough. So again, like if I hadn't, my friend Jeremy here is the one that's recording this game. If he hadn't been recording this, I would have never known about this. I would have never have known about this issue with my footwork. And so that's that pair of glasses that I was talking about. Now that I can see this happening in real time, now I know what's going on, and now I know to watch for that in the future. Previously, I was blind to that, right? I was blind to that stuff, but now I'm not. Now I can see it clearly, and now I know what I need to do in the future. That's why you want to record yourself playing, is so that you can see this kind of stuff. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. That's how you set up your video, and that's how you analyze your video. Really, really important. Again, I want to encourage all of you out there to start videoing yourself when you're playing. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. If you just want to try it out, just lean your phone up against the wall and just do it that way. It's okay if it's not up high, just to try it out. So, hope that was helpful, guys. You can go to pickleballkitchen.com for a bunch of stuff. We're about to hit our 100th episode on the podcast sometime in December, which is really exciting. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. I'll see you next time.